All right. Hello. This is my author study presentation. My name is Hannah Booker. I am an elementary education major here at Athens State University. For my author study presentation, I chose Judy Blume. She was born in Elizabeth, New Jersey on February 12th, 1938. She was also raised in Elizabeth. She is the daughter of homemaker Esther and dentist Rudolph Sussman. She has an older brother, David. She gathered her love for reading from her mother, Esther, but she was always closer with her father. She once said that she grew up, she spent most of her childhood making up stories inside of her head. She attended Baton High School, where she graduated in 1956, and the same year she started school at Boston University. In 1956, at her first year at Boston University, she was diagnosed with mononucleosis, and she took a brief leave from school. When she decided to go back to school, she chose to attend New York University, where she received her bachelor's in education in 1961. Fun fact about Judy, she met her first husband, John. He was an attorney while she was studying at New York University. They married during the summer of her freshman year, and they had two children, Randy Lee and Lawrence Andrew Blume. She actually didn't begin writing until her children were attending preschool, but she did spend her entire life reading, so she always had that love in her for books. So she's a little bit of a heartbreaker. She was married to John from 1959 to 1976. Then she married Thomas Kitchens, but soon after they were divorced in 1978. She married and is still married to George Cooper in 1987, and they currently reside not too far from here in Key West, Florida, and she continues to write for children and adults. Some literature of hers. I chose 3 of the most popular books, and I wanted to start off with her first ever published book. In 1969, she published The One in the Middle is the Green Kangaroo. It was about a young boy, Freddie DeSalle, who was suffering from the middle child syndrome, which I can relate to. I am a middle of 4, technically, so my sister and I, we split the middle. Freddie feels emotionally shushed between his older brother Mike and his younger sister Ellen. He feels very left out, like most middle children do. He feels like he doesn't get much attention and really yearns for that attention that Mike and Ellen get. He then lands the role of the Green Kangaroo in his 2nd grade school play, and there he receives a lot of attention and praise that he had been wanting. In 1972, Blume published Tales of a 4th Grade Nothing. This is the first children's book in the Fudge series, which is a very popular series by Blume. This certain story is about a 9-year-old boy named Peter Warren Hatcher. This book focuses on his frustration and his annoyance with his 2-year-old brother, Fudge. Fudge's given name is Farley, but he hates that name and he prefers to be called Fudge on all occasions. This book reminds me a lot of Ramona and Beezus by Beverly Cleary. Peter really just is so annoyed with Fudge because he constantly throws fits and he doesn't get in trouble by his parents, and Peter feels like Fudge is almost chosen over him, and this book is about their relationship and their hardships, but in the end, they love each other because they're brothers. In 1987, she published Just as Long as We're Together. This is a perfect novel for girls maybe about to go into middle school, so I would say 5th or 6th grade. It's a young novel, or a young adult novel, about best friends. It's a companion book to Bloom's other book, Here's to You, Rachel Robinson. This book is narrated by Stephanie Hirsch, a young girl who is experiencing many life changes, which we can all relate to. Her lifelong friendship with Rachel Robinson, which Here's to You, Rachel Robinson is about. Their friendship is threatened when Allison Moncho moves to town. They go through a lot of jealousy issues and, jealousy issues while they're also experiencing their young woman issues. But the twosome eventually becomes a threesome, and all is right in the world. Stephanie has such a hard time in this book because her parents were separating and she was beginning her menstruation problems. She gains 10 pounds over the holidays. I can relate to that. And she becomes interested in boys, which is very scary. But these three girls get to go through all of it together, which I think is the most important thing of all. So Bloom has many career honors and awards. She actually has over 90 literary awards. But I chose the few that really stuck out to me. This presentation would have been 25 minutes long if I listed all of the awards that she received, which I think is so awesome, and I think that she really deserved all the awards that she received. In 1983, this one really stuck out to me because I think it's cool that she got a humanitarian award when also being a children's book writer. So it was the Eleanor Roosevelt Humanitarian Award. In 1984, she received the Carl Sandburg Freedom to Read Award by the Chicago Public Library. In 1970, her book, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, received Outstanding Book of the Year by the New York Times. And in 2005, it received Time Magazine's All-Time 100 Novels list. This book had probably over 15 awards just on its own, but I chose to just list a couple. Freckle Juice won the Michigan Young Readers Award in 1980, and Fudgemania received the California Young Reader Medal in 1983. Super Fudge also had probably 25 awards, definitely her most popular book. In 1986, it received the Great Stoneface Award by the New Hampshire Library Association, and in 1984, it received the Reader's Choice Award in Washington County, Minnesota. All right, thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed learning about Judy Blume. Just a little recap. I think I forgot to mention that her family was Jewish. So she was born Jewish, and she received her love for reading from her mother, Esther. And I think it's really awesome, too, that she was diagnosed with mononucleosis and took that briefly from school, and she still decided to return and met her first husband, and they had a cute little family together. Even though their marriage didn't last, she chose to continue on as Judy Blume because that's what everyone knew her as. And she has had such an amazing career, and she is still blessing us with her literature today. I know that she released a novel in 2015, and which is very recent. And I'm sure that she will still be receiving awards from here on out. So thank you for watching.